Alright, Terra Tower. The. Oh boy. Where begin? This place is just the pinnacle of craziness. The orchard lands have dried up and withered. It is your will to choose destruction. That are actually weak because of how powerful I have become. Wait, up here. There's just trying to keep its health and the love. Not bad. Oh, I just realized I don't have any. Hold on. This guy's got to go. I don't have any. Yellow field. I forgot to give myself oh, he gave me the Chrono Cross too. This is confusing. This way. What the? Okay, this is confusing because I don't know where we are right now. I mean, I'm looking at a map, not the scale, obviously. No, it's not. Oh, this is the part where probably wondering what's with the orbs in it, huh? Does it sound like a note? That is because that's the Chrono Cross working. By having it on your element bar, like in an element slot, grid, will suddenly take the elements and make them notes. It's gonna cut. It'll make sense later on. Oh, this is gonna be a long place, isn't it? Oh, I can tell. Everyone get comfortable because this place it's just, you know. This is literally the last dungeon. So of course it's gonna be the most complicated. It's not like everything we've done so far throughout the whole game, to be honest. It's so odd because all the other dungeons were like minuscule. They weren't even that large, you know. It took like meteorite. Boing. I'm trying to change the field. The field. Angel charms. Oh. Surge. You finally made it this far, Surge. What's that? Are you human? When I was still human, I was locked up here, and I have been here ever since. This tower is a fortress belonging to the ancient reptiles, a symbol of revenge brought against mankind by the dragons. With the defeat of fate, the seal has been broken, and this tower has surfaced. In the eyes of the dragons, we humans are the foes. A brain that has developed 3 times its original size in the span of 3 million years. We humans have evolved at an enormous rate because of our contact with Lavos' flame. In a sense, mankind is Lavos' offspring. We humans are extraness to this planet. Now, how will you fight, Surge? I don't even know what you are, which is annoying. Wrong button. Well, you know what? Since I've done it, since I pushed the button by an accident, let's just do this. Goodbye. Yeah, I'm starting to get. Because the thing is, there's items in this place that I really want to get my hands on. Because they're powerful items. Like I said, there's three rainbow shells here. Getting those would be good. That's all. It's not all. That was just one enemy. Get into this conversation, probably. Huh. Supposed to do something. I think I'm supposed to stop the water. I can. Oh. Okay, I know where we are now. Okay. Fender Plus. Alright, now we're moving along slowly. Granova! Oh. Ba-ba-ba-ba. rainbow shell. Just wanted to make sure. Nice. That the better card carrot. Yeah, that one. It's a weapon. It's a weapon for Janice. First with some rainbow shell. Okay. Wow, holy healing. If you listen close to this song, I don't know if it'll pick up, but there's chanting. Heal plus. Many have bled, suffered, and perished. It is your turn to die. Oh. It is not my turn. What's that? They all do the same thing as what the other ones have done. Which is kind of disappointing. They just repeat themselves over and over and over. Yeah. Oh. really don't want to fight. Just wasting my time. This one, these two. Oh, it does hit everyone. Okay. Oh. Spectral. Oh, by the way, look at this room. They matched this kind of in, oh, what is it called? They matched this up perfectly with, well, somewhat, with Crimson Echoes' Dinopolis. Because that's what this place is. But you start up there. Could this be Viper Manor? What's going on? Huh. What is going on? Hi. Hi, Lucy. Hi, Chrono. Hi, Marley. Hi, old man. Welcome. It's good to see you finally made it. I have been expecting you, Serge. Where are we? Is this Viper Manor? This is a space that does not exist. But never mind that. More importantly, I have something I must explain to you. Who are you? My name is Balthazar. In the ancient magical kingdom of Zero, I was known as a sage of reason. Well, that was up until the Queen of Zero attempted to harness the power of Lavos. Let's just say things got out of control, and Lavos created a dimensional vortex that threw me far into the future. There, I seized the opportunity to study the science of the future. I was then able to apply to that the knowledge I bought from my own era, including magic, which has long since lost in the future. Anyway, this led me to make huge progress in the research of time. Well, that research led to the creation of Chronopolis and to the time crash. You might think I really blew it, but perhaps it was really my finest hour. You really are a sick psychopath. I created a compact time machine that I dubbed the Neo Epoch. I used it to time warp to this age to learn of Chronopolis and Fate's plans, and to see how things were turning out. Terra Tower is really a city of the reptiles from another dimension's future. Yeah. It was originally Dinopolis. The castle of Azala's descendants who achieved a much more intimate evolution with our planet. Dinopolis was drawn into this dimension's past about 10,000 years ago. It was done so that this was done so that it would serve as a counterbalance against Chronopolis, which Chronopolis pulled here, which Lavos pulled here. He pulled Chronopolis here. Needless to say, a fierce battle ensued. In the end, Chronopolis emerged as the victor, and the reptile's fortress was sealed away by fate. But more important now is the role the dragons play in all of this. Originally, the whole archipelago of El Nino was known as the Sea of Eden. This was because it was where the dragon gods reside. But then fate sealed away the gods' powers, in effect becoming a god itself. Thus, the islands were where the new godhead fate existed, came to be called the Sea of Eden instead. Perhaps you didn't realize it, but you were used by the dragon gods to eliminate fate. And it was not true that the dragon gods sealed away the frozen flame. Rather, it was quite the opposite. It was fate that used the power of the flame to seal away the gods. In reality, the dragon gods are in opposition to man, while fate was actually the protector of humanity. The dragon gods were originally a singular plasma life form, a living accumulation of the planet's energy. That life form was a biological machine used to control the powers of nature in the future society of the reptile. In order to control the natural energy itself, fate divided the one dragon god entity into 6 weaker plasma forms, and then scattered them across the land and sealed them away. A dragon-like appearance are just pseudo-guises. Temporary forms they take so that they can appear in this dimension. But all that changed when fate was vanquished, and its power hole was eliminated. At that moment, the 7 dragons who had been rendered almost powerless and forgotten traveled across the dimensions to recombine into a single entity. Notice how he said 7. We've only seen 6. I thought there were only 6, exactly. There were 6 dragons you knew of, and 1 hidden dragon you didn't. Like the second moon that once was lost, but later was found. Although the same planet, my world didn't have 2 moons. That's true. In Chrono Trigger, there was only 1 moon. Look up at the night sky now, and you will see 7 celestial bodies, 5 stars, and 2 moons. 5 brother stars that correspond to the 5 colored dragons, ruling the gods over the night sky. 1 moon that corresponds to the white sky dragon, and another darker daughter moon to counterbalance them. The fire dragon, the water dragon, the green dragon, the earth dragon, the black dragon, the sky dragon, 1 more, the final dragon, the dark moon dragon, the one who was to work to free the other dragons from their bondage to the fate computer. The child the others created on the night of the electric storm that temporarily caused fate to loosen its hold on them. I believe you knew her as Harley. Unbelievable. The dragon gods were the essence of nature on this planet. Perhaps we can consider what's happening as our planet's vengeance on us. Finally sweep away the unwanted humans from the face of this blue planet. First it was fate. Now it's the planet. Or vice versa. But either way you look at it, now's the time to set things right. The future of mankind, the destiny of this planet, everything depends on the next battle you will fight. But unfortunately, the time for us to part has come. Hey, mister, is that the Chrono Cross you guys have there? The Chrono Cross, the melody and harmony. It has the power to cross space and time and unify people's thoughts and feelings. It has the power to transfer memories. By using it as an element, it has the power to draw on the sounds of the 6 colored elements to produce a healing harmony. It has the power to combine the sounds of the world into one melody. I'm sure we'll meet again soon, in one time period or another. Careful now. Good luck. Black hole. Oh. Now it's corrected itself. It sounds so much better when you speed it up. Anyway. I don't know how to explain this. Spoiler, this is the song you have to do. You have to line the colors up correctly to pull it off. What the? Where am I? Oh. There's something here. Just gotta figure out the... No, you got us high. That's fine. Oh. Ultranova. Long story short, if you can figure out the colors by watching this, it will, and then use the Chrono Cross at a certain point in time after playing each note, you'll be able to, essentially perform a miracle. Return our trees. Get back our green forests. Wait, we're missing something. Is it, is that it? Did we get everything? Yeah, we got everything. Oh, okay. We have all the items in this place. Ooh, let's go. Gathering that sweet, sweet information. Go plus. I need you to. I need you to step it up now. Bushwhacker. Oh yeah, he's gonna keep. Yeah, he's gonna do every single spell in the book. Sorry. Oh. Um, got poisoned. Oh. Just like normal teleportation. There you go. Search. Up there. That must be the summit. Whoa, two beams coming from either side. There's some. I wonder if they act as some kind of sealing device. Save it. Plasma beam. Plasma beam. More plasma beam. Beam. Plasma beam. In case you're wondering, no more plasma beam. Made it. Whoa. What are you, buddy? Ooh, great. That's 1,000. This is gonna hurt though. But I can still black hole. It's gonna. Oh, come on. Man. Imagine the damage it would have did. With strengthening on it. On you. Him. that. Oh, forgot. Soothe. What the? Oh. I know what it's trying to do. But I'm not gonna let you. There we go. Would have been done sooner if I didn't recover him with Flying Arrow. Hello. So anyway, that just happened. Boop boop. That's not gonna be any wind or anything here. I need to get that 2 back. That's more than enough. Oh my god. Oh. That's it. Of course, it's gonna be easy to kill him because Starch is white. I mean, his element is white. It's destruction. It's very overpowered. Alright, that's done. Disrespecting the origins of life. Mother Sea suffers, you must pay the price. The final one. Blue. aka the healer of it all. Ooh. What the? No! Oh wait, no, never mind. A pin. Oh no, you don't. Welcome back. Be absorbed into whatever it is. Thanks. You got absorbed into the abyss. That's the colors. Yellow. Uh-huh. Oh. Those who know the torment and joy of creation also know the destruction. Therefore, all that pass through here must be prepared to share the burden that I carry. You wanted to see it. Everyone wanted to see it so badly. So this is the true frozen frames. Hold on, don't touch it. Is everyone okay? Screw you. Us humans ain't gonna let you have your way any longer. Come on, show your place. In order to survive all living things in this world, fight desperately and devour those they defeat. One must kill other living things in order to survive. Must one destroy another world in order to allow one's own world to continue? The wounded in turn wound and torment those weaker than themselves. There are only the killers and the killed, the sinners who are judged, and the victims that do the judging. What meaning is there to such a world? Whether there's meaning to our lives or not, we still go on living, you know? You've got no right to deny that. I shall cleanse this blue planet of you filthy humans, once and for all. Oh my god, this song is so good. Oh, we're just starting like that, huh? Let's do this. Yeah, he changed the element to yellow. I'm just gonna use yellow elements, it's fine. Oh, and maybe some fire. Maybe some reds. Okay, maybe some greens. Yellow, red, green. He's trying to tell us the song without even realizing it. We already know the song, to be honest. Yeah, it's blue. So he used blue. And then white. Kind of been telling you the elements for a long time. I mean, we know it. We'll see where we need to do it. Still trying to play the song again? Send me away. Ah. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh boy. Hold on a second. My headset fell apart. Not far apart, but it went dead. Plug it in. Well, that feels very. There we go. That's a little better. Oh, we're on blue. Gotcha. That doesn't really work on me. How about heal? Back at the tower. I just wanted to see how powerful that really was. I just oh. I almost defeated you without even just without stealing. Forgot that he's got a holy healing, which means now we have two of them. Which honestly. The earring of hope. That thing, the dragon card. It is only a quasi-existence, a temporary form that the real dragon god uses in order to appear in its dimension. The actual dragon god was consumed long ago, swallowed by that being on the other side of the dimensional darkness. The frozen flame is a splinter from the extraterrestrial being Lavos, the one who connects with the frozen flame, in effect, like Sweet Lavos itself. As a mediator between Lavos and living things, that one will gain extraordinary powers by binding with the new seed of destruction, Devourer of Time. What blazes is a Devourer of Time? Now, go to the place where time became divided and weave the threads of time together again, Chrono Trigger. The Devourer of Time is a new life form. Born from the fusion of a life form from this planet, Lavos, who nests on the far side of the dimensional void. In the far-off future, when the fusion becomes complete, it will awaken. On the Devourer of Time, then the Devourer of Time will begin to consume all space-time continua. Despair and hatred, to return all things to nothingness, that is what it desires. Here, take this with you. The Time Egg? The Time Egg will enable you to travel beyond space-time. The world is in your hands. Go, release the life that is imprisoned. Cracky, what is blood is it? Oh, this place is going to crumble to pieces. So that's Terror Tower's final, true form. In the end, we're all the same. Everyone dreams of being greater, more powerful. We've come this far. All that remains is to defeat the Devourer of Time. Once we wipe off the face of the planet, it's all over. Hopefully everything will go back to normal again. You're wrong. Things won't ever go back to the way they were. Destiny, fate, it's dead. From now on, us humans have to choose our own way of life. We also have to take responsibility for the choices we make. And something's got to be done about the way we go around hurting and killing one another. We've got to settle our differences once and for all. Listen, what's really important is what we do now. The issue ain't whether we defeat that bastard or not. I'm afraid that depending on how we go about it, we could lose out on gaining something really precious. So the issue is the way we fight. So where on earth is the real time? My guess is the key to finding it lies at that beach. That's where this whole thing started. It's probably where this whole thing will end. Okay, this is gonna be bad. Because this is the hardest thing to do. But this will be the end. Turn green, turn yellow. White. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 3, 4, 5, 6. Forty-eight is 99. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, it's not here. So you finally made a search. When did this sorry tale all begin? Was it 10 years ago when you almost drowned here? Or was it 14 years ago when you were wounded by the panther demon that attacked you? That resulted in you being carried to Chronopolis, where you came into contact with fate in the Persian flame. Or perhaps it was 2,400 years in the future. When the time crash hurtled Chronopolis back to prehistoric times. Or could it even have been 12,000 BC, when an ancient magic kingdom met its end after trying to use lavas? Each is close to being correct, and yet, at the same time, so far from the right answer. The true beginning was during the destruction of the ancient kingdom of Zeal. As the palace collapsed around her, Princess Skyla was sucked into a dimensional vortex along with the Lavos mammoth machine. Scarlet and Lavos became unified into one even more powerful entity that would evolve into the Devourer of Time. Filled with the hatred and sadness of Lavos, half of Scarlet's mind became set on destroying all of existence. Yet at the same time, the other half of her mind desired to save the universe and be rescued herself. As Scarlet fell through the time gate in this condition, she heard your crying echoing through time. That is when her story and yours begin to intertwine, and also when the past and the future began to intersect, and when the world became divided into two, led by the pitiful crying of young Surge, made as the panther's demon's poison took hold of him. Yes, Surge, the sound of your crying touched the heart of Princess Scala. Before the destructive mindset could become dominant, she cloned herself and sent her copy to this dimension. Scarla left her baby daughter clone with her ancient magical pendant that was to safeguard her daughter clone in life and death situations. The pendant would rewind time a little, sending her daughter clone into a safer point in the immediate past. That's right, kid is Scarla's daughter clone. You're wrong. I ain't no Scarla's daughter or clone. Yes, that's right, kid. If that's how you feel, I think Princess Scarlet would have wanted it to be that way too. And now about Project Kid. The time controlled project Balthiar planned out. The whole project existed to lead you to this one special point in time, the finding of Chronopolis, the time crash, and the battle between Fate and the Dragon Gods. It was all coordinated so you would get your hands on the Chrono Cross and come to this place. Of course, Kid was not to know anything about this whole plan until later. Further in the future, she is meant to travel back 10 years in time from now to save Surge from drowning. Kid was also meant to call Surge into the other world as he spoke with Lena here on the beach. You're our last hope, our final chance. Only you, who came into contact with Scarla, and Kid Scarla's clone daughter can do it. And the darkness that exists on the other side of time, Scarla has been integrated with the Devourer of Time. Please search, release Princess Scarla from the binds of that monster and her own hatred. Show us the life forms that exist on this planet what our new future will be. A new species is about to be born on this planet, and an alien life form even more evolved than the old Lavos. As the darkness beyond time, at the darkness beyond time, the weakened Skylar came under the influence of Lavos, and the two became one entity. It is now up to you, the one whom the frozen flame has chosen as its arbiter. You alone can decide how the new Lavos, which has encaged Scarlet within it, will evolve from here. Your actions will determine whether in the future all things is devoured by Lavos, sending the world into everlasting death. Balthazar foresaw this was going to happen in his world in the year 2300, and he was determined to prevent it from happening, no matter what it took. The Chrono Cross, it alone can combine the sounds of the planet that the six types of elements produce, the melody and harmony that brim within all life forms. Use the song of life and heal our enemy in suffering. We entreat you, Surge. Please save Scarla. Where even angels lose their way. 10 years ago, you died at this very spot. There's no mistake. You drowned. The truth is, this world in which you are still alive is the irregularity. This is the false reality. 10 years ago, it was Linux who tried to kill you at this beach. After Prometheus broke the link between fate and the flame, fate tried to eliminate any obstacle that stood in its way. In the meantime, the six dragons had sent Harley forth and gained possession of the flame. Harley made contact with Fate's biological incarnation Linux. It tricked him into temporary joining forces. The elimination of the Prometheus circuit's lock on the frozen flame was everyone's top priority. Linux and Harley abducted Lucia, who alone could release the Prometheus lock that guarded the flame, but the whole attempt only ended in failure, so they waited for you to appear instead. You see, fate calculated that you will one day cross the dimensions and try to make contact with the flame. I don't know how to break this to you, but Linux was actually your father, Wazuki. Drawing closer to the flame caused him to become unstable, and the image of you dying in terror changed him completely. Finally, after having his psyche totally eroded, he lost his soul and was easily integrated by fate. Fate turned Wazuki into a biological interface, modeling him after your worst fear at the time, a panther. Although Wazuki managed to escape from Chronopolis with you, he later completely succumbed to fate. Humans are such fragile, distorted, imperfect things. Love and hate, life and death. Perhaps even fate itself dreamed of using the flame to someday reincarnated itself into a new species. It is quite sad, really. It's like when you gaze into the flame gazes back into you. This is it. Oh, had to be on it. No beginning, no end to the darkness of time. The final gate that leads to the darkness of time. Looks like this is finally it. Come on. I'm coming with you. Come on, Surge Mate. You don't want to keep the girl waiting any longer. She's been waiting for you, and only you, and for over 10,000 years, I might add. If the world's going to be destroyed, then let it be destroyed. If history is going to be changed, then let it bloody well be changed. I'll show you what radical dreamers really dream about. This is it. Our final battle. Oh. Thank you for that. You're gonna be the one to ruin it, right? Yeah. Yep, don't you die. I see you over there. That shouldn't mess me up. Alright, we gotta play this right. It's yellow, red. Yellow, red. Blue. Blue. No, blue. Blue. Wait. Oh man, come on. That's the only problem with this fight. If you're trying to pull this off. The only problem with it. There's a certain way you have to do this. And I messed it up because I didn't. I have to wait till he uses red and yellow. Yellow. Yellow, red. Oh, now you want to use yellow. Ah. Yellow, red. Green. Oh, this is not good. I can't get the grab. He's gonna mess it up. Or not. It's over. Devourer? The Devourer Undone. I got the good ending. I got the good ending. I've been waiting an eternity just for this moment. This very moment. Oh, it's me. Meaninglessly hurting one another, the disappearing life forms. Love to hate, hate to love. Why are we born? Why do we die? Evolution? A survival of the fittest? What is there to be achieved from harming one another, killing one another? The eggs that we call planets, and the innumerable spermatozoa, the life forms which gather around them, When one of those countless seeds is joined with the planet, a new universe is born. All this exists for that one moment, all so that the universe can evolve into the next dimension. Does that make us all just pawns? Are each of our short lives nothing but a cheap sacrifice just so the one chosen life form can be born? No, that is not the case. Each and every one of us has a chance of becoming that one chosen life form. Yes, it could be you. Each of us tries to do our best with the hand we're dealt, be it our genes or the environment we live in. Each life form struggling to make the best of the life it's given forms a link in the golden chain that leads to the creation of a new universe. Every single thing in the whole of nature is perhaps just dreaming a dream of life. All of them are also perhaps nothing more than a dream dreamt by a planet before its birth. Oh yes. Oh but yes, eventually all dreams will return to Zervin, the Sea of Dreams. Surge, don't go yet, Surge. It's alright. Everything is alright now. Time which has been divided will be unified again now. The time for farewells has come. You will lose all memory of this whole adventure and return to your own time. But this time you will be able to live your own life. I will continue to travel the world and broaden my horizons. See you again, Surgicans. We alone do not have the power to heal the world's woes or to solve all its mysteries, but yet, even then, it was bloody good knowing you, mate. Thank you for being born, you Surgicans. I guess now's the time to say, see you later, mate, but I'll find you sometime, somewhere. I'm bloody sure of it. No matter the time, no matter the world you live in, I'll find you. I'm sure. I'm sure I will find you. Surge. Surge. Hey, Surge. Hmm? Back like it never happened. Are you alright? What's the matter? Don't scare me like that. You passed out all of a sudden. What? Tower. Fate. He remembers? What are you talking about? I just got here. You got some Komodo dragon scales for me, don't you remember? Sound confused. Come on, Serge. Get with the program. Our summer's only just started. Yeah, she. The two worlds are now unified as one, but he remembers, but he was placed back just before everything happened. Thus, the curtain closes on another tale. An eternity has passed. Fleeting dreams fade into the distance. All that is left now is me and my memories. But I'm sure we'll meet again. Someday, you and I. Another place, another time. It's just that we might not realize that you are you and I am me. Let us open the door to the great unknown. Come across another reality and live another today. Even when the story has been told, life goes on. Till we meet again, take care of yourself, my friend, forever yours, Scarlet Kid Zeal. Oh, no way. Oh, I was gonna say, don't you dare do this to me. Oh, there you go. That's Chrono Cross in a nutshell. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I didn't really run into any real problems. Well, maybe that odd moment where I panicked for a moment, but that was odd. I don't know what was going on there. But yeah, this is the remaster version, and I didn't find any problems really with it. Like I said a long time ago, just that what's this called? Just that the battle animations are just sluggish. Or at least it stutters and acts weird, and I had to fix the frame rate for that with a patch, but that's it. There's nothing wrong with this. Okay? Crossplay, just start the entire game over with added previous save, the one you load before getting being gold star. Okay. Oh. Yeah, you only see this part if you save her. If you get the good ending. I will find you. Even if I have to search the world over. Sometime, somewhere. I'm sure. A new future. Yeah. It still holds up. I don't, like I said, I don't see the problems that everybody else had. I I think it's just I'm gonna make a new save. Yeah, that's better. But yeah. Oh, do I? So how do I activate the game plus? Oh, that's how. Okay. That explains how. Um, but yeah. I'll just say the short of it. There's nothing wrong with the remaster. There are slight few things that can get a bit annoying. The the battling of if you're obsessed with 60 frames per second throughout the whole game and stuff, there is a few minor like battle animation problems where the frame rate is messy during battles. That's it. I played the game at 1080p. So 1920 by 1080p. Never had a problem with that. The graphics are fine. I think personally that everybody is whining because they were expecting some extravagantly makeover of the game, probably wanting extra content, and they wanted it at like 120 frames per second and all this other crazy stuff, and it's like it's not necessary. The remaster is fine as it is. Plus, I got to play it on a big screen TV and not have to worry about being not worry really about it being blurry. Thank goodness for that. But I'm gonna go now. It's it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm dead tired. So um tomorrow um tomorrow, I guess. Yeah. Tomorrow we can do Radical Dreamers. We're not done with Chrono Cross, but we can do Radical Dreamers. Have some fun there. So until then, good night everyone.